We the people, we the people, we the people, we the people.
United States of America.
Welcome to Rhode Island's Solidarity Rally. So many of our fellow Rhode Islanders are down today in Washington, D.C., taking their voices to the seat of government to let them know that we do not want government expanded. We do not want those taxes to grow any larger. We're certainly very nervous about this healthcare reform, supposed reform that's going on. But we're also reminded today that just 8 years ago, this nation was beginning to try and heal itself after an absolute murderous terror attack perpetrated on our soil, on our citizens, by absolute cowards from some 12th century belief system. I'm Helen Glover from 920 WHJJ Talk Radio in Providence. Part of the rally today started as an inspiration from Glenn Beck. And what Glenn Beck said was, why have we lost that feeling that we had on September 12th, 8 years ago, when one of the only things that a lot of us felt that we could do as we felt helpless after these attacks on our country, on our soul, one of the few things we thought we could do was just go outside and place a flag in front of our house. I hope all of you have your flags flying today. It was a small gesture, but as you looked around the country, and some of the media covered it, some of them didn't, but as you looked around, you realized that everybody thought the way you did. Every patriotic American came together and said, that's one small thing I could do. And no matter where you went, you started seeing flags everywhere. They were popping up everywhere. They weren't dead. They weren't passé. They weren't an old-fashioned fashion statement that had been put in the closet. They came out, and they came out in the times when we needed it most. And what I've seen over the last several months, as a lot of you have gone and taken your time and effort to get educated on the health care bill and gone over the summertime to some of these town hall meetings and asked questions of your legislators down in Washington and asked them to hear your concerns, what you found is you were shut up and you were told, you just don't know. I know better. I'm elected. You're not. I'll take care of it. And you weren't happy with that. So what I've seen is a flag in the form of each one of you here, a patriotic American who has said, I have a voice in this government. That hasn't been taken away from me, not yet. And I'll fly my flag, but I will use my voice, and you will not silence me because I have concerns. Unfortunately, the way I see it going right now in Washington, and let's really hope that they make an imprint down there today. You hear the honks as they go by out there in solidarity. We're here in solidarity with the 912 Project down in Washington today. And it'll be interesting to see how it's covered in the news, but they're down there saying, you will listen to us. We do have concerns. I'm very nervous as to how this is going. We cannot let up. We've got to remember what it was like 8 years ago today when we said, we will not stand for this. You will not treat us this way. You cannot come over here and take our planes and fly them into our buildings and think you are going to make us kneel to you. Remember what was said shortly after the attack on Pearl Harbor. And it was said by one of the Japanese who said, I'm afraid we've awakened a sleeping giant. By seeing all of you here today, by seeing the results of the town hall meetings around the country this past summer, and by seeing what is going on in Washington, D.C. today, they have once again awakened the sleeping giant of Americans. We won't be silent any longer. We will remember why we are Americans. This is a government of the people, for the people, by the people, and it shall not perish. It's a good time for the National Anthem. Shoshanna Feinstein's going to lead us in that. Please sing along.
This is for all you veterans and our soldiers fighting. Dedicate this to you, all the people who died and their families, 9/11. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
This concludes this program broadcast. We the People, a freedom of speech television show. Go to www.wethepeopleofri.org.